My name is Antonio. I've been here in the ecosystem for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years from art from the Rico. And the reason I created this community, I'm trying to I identify there's a problem here, especially with content creation. There's not enough outreach. There's not enough. The information that we're creating is not permeating with everybody. And I've noticed what you were doing, like with KEEZ, with the pink pills, with pretty much everything you have been doing. I know it's hard because you have to create whatever content it is, like this type of format or podcast or whatever it is, and you at least have the possibility of directing people to the source, right? So if you create information about the LSPs, you can include a link to the LUKSO network site or the Docs network site, so they can, if anybody is interested, they can continue digging more and finding more about LUKSO. And the reason about the creating the community in Spanish is because we don't have that luxury yet. So we will personally, I would love to make more content. That I would like to onboard more people here, but I don't believe that trying to get the developers from other blockchains is gonna make it. That's not the winning strategy on my from what I can perceive. I think we have a great opportunity here in Latin America, Mexico, of reaching out to people that have never understood anything about blockchain. Right, that would be the first approach, and they can learn about blockchain with Luxo, and don't worry about what happened before or any other way of doing it. So the there's some hard work to do. I have tried before to like translate the document side, the where all the LSPs, the contracts, and everything is done. I done it before. I did it before the main net was launched on last year, so I haven't been able to update it, and that's one of the reasons of this fellowship, to start having some sort of income that I can dedicate myself to do this, setting up the basis. I know this is not gonna last for a long time. Just it's something that has to be done. We have to have the material available, and then we can start having other creators creating content around it, right? And if we can, I don't know, kickstart something bigger and having more communities from other locations. I've noticed, for instance, people from Turkey are really into Luxo as well. People from France. So if we can have other communities doing the same and creating a repository of content, the same content, but not only in English but in other languages, and start maybe creating creators program. I'm also applying for a grant to try to emulate somehow the Pac Moon approach, where you are rewarding people for creating content, for creating quality content. But I'm still working on that. But yeah, that's the whole idea, to have bases for other communities other than English, so we can do what you're doing right now, start to spread the word about Luxo, educate more people, and if anybody has any more questions, they can also get all the resources available. So that's in a nutshell what I'm trying to do.
Love to hear it, man. Yeah, I know we've always been so grateful for any of the translations that you put out over the years. Myself, less than the native Spanish speakers, and of course, all the spaces. I was happy to be able to fund you guys through the fellowship, which again is just a nice medium for this. It's also good to hear, I think, like, as much as it's great for the Luxo team to target these like developer focused communities, I do think where we're going for this like less centralized marketing approach, if they're targeting developers, you're targeting the Spanish communities, we're targeting a different basis, right? We're able to kind of decentrally hit these different target groups through the marketing efforts. So yeah, I like your thinking there. And we'll definitely, Antonio, feel free to send me over any links that you want us to link in the YouTube videos and wherever else so people can find all your work too.
Sure, I'll make sure to do that. And yeah, thanks for the opportunity. And yeah, I mean, I have some friends that have museums here in like the poor part of Mexico City. So that's where we can make an impact, because people, they don't really have a lot of chances in right. There's no job opportunities, and having the chance of going into blockchain work for projects globally without having to move from here, it can really make an impact. So yeah, having those resources can really hopefully make a change on that. So I'll make sure to shoot you those links. thank you again for the
Cool.
opportunity, bro.
Of course, man. Thanks for coming. Good to talk to you again. Okay, cool. So I see Silosis there with his hands up. We got a couple other people that were set to present here. Silosis first, but if we have some time at the end, we can get you up here. Vega, Alex, Web3 Dopamine. If any of you guys would like to go next, feel free to raise your hand. Looks like we got Vega raising his hand. We'll get him up here. Vega, how are we today, man? I know it's early out there. Thanks for coming.
Yo, is this working?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on? This is it's early for sure.
Yeah, we when we were doing a monthly, we were doing like all through the time zones. We do beginning of the month was early, like Eastern, early Eastern, and then late Eastern. But now that it's just monthly, we only got one. But yeah,
Right on.
cool. Yeah, let me. I'll grab my timer here, and then 5 minutes are yours. Whenever you'd like to start.
For sure. Yeah, let me see if my brain will work this early. Maybe I'll just kind of walk through the site itself, but yeah, go on ahead. Start it up. Okay, we're doing it. Cool. 1 second. I guess I'll just share entire screen. Or oh, there we go. All right, man. So originally, this is something that I was going to do on the Ethereum blockchain as just a one song deal, linking uh, metadata to a token that evolves based on your listening activity on Spotify. But then the hackathon came along and it just seemed like it was a good idea for an entire platform itself. Um, it's something that came out of the inconvenience and kind of irrelevance of music NFTs in the space. I've just felt like they didn't really do anything. And as an artist and somebody who realized the importance of building community the right way through the artifact stuff, of course, um, I just I really wanted music NFTs to mean something and be beneficial for the people that were taking part in the things that I was doing. So of course, this was like the quest for having them be meaningful and still maintaining the sort of convenience of a normal everyday listening experience. I told Ethalorian, during the launch call that the previous era of doing things and downloading apps and being a part of things was based solely off of convenience. But I think this new era is going to be based off of incentivization. Like people are no longer just going to do things because it's easy and convenient for them. They're going to do things because they're being rewarded. So it has to be both. It can't just be rewarding and it can't just be convenient anymore. It has to be both of them. And the way that music NFTs sat before that, they were just super inconvenient, like taking you away from your everyday listening experience of going on the platforms like Spotify or Apple Music. People are not going to stop doing that as of yet. I mean, maybe over time, where artists are going to start going direct to fan because they're realizing that's the way that they're getting paid, and slowly we might see like a Spotify turning into like a Blockbuster slash like Netflix situation where they're just losing business and subscribers based on fans saying like, hey, I'm just going to start my own subscription, and all my fans that want to really engage and listen to my stuff, we're going to do it direct to you guys. So this kind of just enables both things to happen, and empowers platforms like Spotify or Apple Music or whatever else, so that they don't look at crypto as some like competitive thing that they have to overcome and then block all relation to it. So that's where Streamgate came from. Mine looks a little bit different than the normal user just because Of course, I have admin privileges, but also we've already accepted um, you know, the artist side of it, which is like a manual process at the time being. But for that, you can see here, contract setup is something that people wouldn't normally have until they've been accepted as an artist. And it's pretty much just a fill in the blank to tell you, like, hey, I'm an artist. I want to make a challenge, based on my song and the streaming. Here's what it's called. Here's the description, the date range, what the price is, max supply, all that stuff. Fill in the blank. And then at the bottom, you can see it just generates the contract. And it's kind of like a no code because making a smart contract or NFT collection is still kind of difficult for people unless you do have the fill in the blank stuff. So we just aim to make it easy. Once it's generated, it'll show up here on the homepage as like a active challenge. I see Boz is already making some live updates based on people's input. So now you can see what's sold out or live. You click on it, you mint it, go straight into your wallet, and then it pops up over here under active challenges where you can see I've already streamed 12 out of 15 times. And once you've done the requirement, it will evolve the metadata to change the token to reflect that it's been completed. And this is important because that's what you can use to token gate rewards that are set, such as like, hey, listen to this song X amount of times, you get a free t-shirt or a poster or a phone call with your artist that you love so much. And then, the other important thing is that it does connect artists and fans at a higher level. So if you go to leaderboard, you can see people, how much listening they've done. If you go to the artists that are on the platform, which is just the one right now for the beta test, you can see by name who is listening the most. So top 5 people that have listened the most, which is something that wasn't really done or thought of before with the platforms. They always have like Spotify Wrapped here. You're the top 5 percent listener or something like that. But now you can look by name, by rank, who's your top 5, who's your top 20, who's your top 100, connected to their social profiles and actually their wallets, because universal profiles integrated into this. So now an artist at any given time can say like, hey, for the next month, I'm going to be paying attention to these metrics. Anybody who's top 20 or whatever, I'll give you behind backstage passes to whatever, and it just makes it a competitive and like kind of gamified thing to be a fan and to see your actual ranking in the world. And then artists, of course, they benefit in a bunch of different ways, because you can see over here in Artist Hub all the stats that are managed, and all the mints were free that we tested internally, except for this one, just to test what it would look like if somebody did drop a paid mint that they could get paid for immediately. Which is, if I wanted to withdraw, I just click on that, and then pops up universal profile, says, "Hey, you're doing this." So yeah, it's just another way for artists to make money and get paid, right away, instead of having to wait an entire 2 to 3 months, from the day. But there are a lot of extra things that we're looking to do, like point systems to keep people engaged, to listen to other artists that they normally wouldn't listen to, so that everybody site wide, benefits, and just a bunch of other stuff. But this is kind of the basis of it, at least.
Nice, man. That's great. I mean, this is it's good to learn more about it. I'm in the Common Ground now, which all you guys listening, you should definitely join the Common Ground so you can keep up with it. I mean, this is one of the first use cases that like really came to my table on like music, right? The idea that you can take away these intermediaries and not only make it so the artist can interact directly with their fans, but now they have this like rich amount of data to be able to leverage against, right? I know like even Spotify sends me these emails where they're like, A Boogie wants to give you a poster for being a listener this month, right? And like, I can't see any of that. He's not seeing any of that. That's just like a random Spotify email that I'm getting having listened to his music this month, right? It doesn't have any of this rich data. There's no ability to actually drop things directly to them. This lack of functionality, but the thought is there. So yeah, really happy to see this. I'll definitely be following along.
Right on.
Cool, man. Anything else you wanna drop here before we drop you down?
No, man, just grateful for everybody that is taking part in the beta test, giving good feedback, and looking forward to the next phases of things because we do have some other plans, especially with the LUKSO grants as well. I know that's a big thing right now. We'll be applying as well, and hopefully that can help us um, onboard some new artists, people outside of the Web3 space, because it's a big target of ours. We want to bring new people in, and we've already done that. With some of the beta tests as well. People didn't even have universal profiles at all. We're just um, trying to make it happen.
Yeah, it's great to see, man. Again, anybody listening, we'll have all these links in the descriptions on our YouTube and on our Twitter as well. Great to have you again, Vega. Hopefully, we can see you on the next one as well.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Thanks for your time, guys.
Of course. Let's bring up. We can bring up Alex now. Let's get him up here. Alex, how are you, man?
Good. What about you? How are you doing?
Good.
Do you
I'm
hear me
doing good. I
clear?
can hear you well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can hear you well.
Okay, thank you. But thank you very much for having me here and for the invite. And I'm very excited to connect with you guys. So it's a pleasure to me being here.
Yeah, excited to hear from you. Feel free to start, and the 5 minutes are yours.
All right, all right. Okay, so I'm from Mexico too. I'm a digital artist. I mean, I'm trying to be a digital artist, and it's not that easy for people here in Mexico to try to live from art or from any other graphic or artistic um, area. So that's why I feel very lucky. I feel very blessed by life, by doing what I want in this kind of space, in the crypto space and NFT space. And I really want to share that with my community. I'm from the south of Mexico, where one of the poorest places in all over Mexico, and I do believe that there is many madly talented people over there, even more than me, but they have no opportunities, they have no enough technology and not enough understanding of the new technologies like the crypto and the blockchain. And that's something that I want to change here, at least here in my small community, because it's very important that the new generations understand that they have the power to change their life through the technology. I mean, not through the art, because art could be very difficult and a pain in the ass, but the technology itself could help us to anyone get a different destiny for our life, because with all these tools we can uh, we can build anything and everything at the same time. So that's why that's one part of the vision I have with my art. The other part of the vision that I have is just to keep pumping my artistic voice, because I really want to become an artist. I really want to bridge all my understanding of the graphic design and the branding and stuff into an artistic style and voice, which I'm trying to do by learning about art, about symbolism, about composition, about everything that has to do with art more than graphic stuff, right? And maybe it could be good, or maybe it could be a waste of time at this point of history with AI and anything, but that's what I really want to do. So I'm going to try it. And that's why I jump to the LUKSO community, because one of my best friends in the space named Datzel, who is from Ciudad de Mexico, he told me about this incredible community, and jump I just jump and tried, and everyone seems to be very cool and very chill. And I really like this space, and I really see this space like my huge opportunity to connect with real people and real projects, because most of the people out there in the crypto space, they are just focused on the utilities, on the revenues and all that kind of stuff, right? So most of the people just forget about what it's the real intention of NFTs, and and what's the real uh, importance of supporting digital artists out there. I mean, independent real artists. So that's why I really find very interesting everything about artisan alley, because it's something that has the power to get us at another stage and get the real revenues and real rewards for everyone who wants to support an artist, and at the same time want some utility. And for now I'm trying to build something between that, because like I said, we are artists, we are not projects. We don't have a roadmap. We must, we don't know, but we need to express ourselves and keep throwing up all the things we have to do, we have to say to the world, right? So this new token and this new idea is something that could change the game and make a revenue out the artistic voice, and keep artists doing what they want, but giving to the people something. They are expecting something back, more than an airdrop, more than an allow list place. They are looking for something more. I'm sure about it. I wanted to, but at this time they are just a small people thinking about it. So that's why artisanally seems to be the most powerful tool from now. So about that, I'm just trying to set up what is going to be my strategy, what is going to be my roadmap, what are going to be the rewards. And I just want to invite everyone to check out my universal pages, my universal link to check out my art, to check out the project that I'm trying to create. And yes, I'm going to give more details about it on my X account. And yeah, there is nothing more to say on my side. Thank you so much for the time and for the attention.
Beautiful, Alex. Great to hear from you the first time. Good to meet you as well. Great to see more people from the Spanish community finding Luxo. I think there's already such a vibrant community, but Antonio and all the rest of the guys that have been making the effort for so long, obviously, always appreciate more. And I think a lot of your thinking there stems to similar thinking of like Vegas, of you guys spend so much time working on these art pieces. It shouldn't be also time consuming and a struggle to be able to publish them and kind of take credit for your work. So it's great that you found Luxo, and it's great that Dotzel's out there telling his friends to come do the same thing. Yeah, cool. Alex, anything? Oh, interesting. I can see me. Hmm. Hold on. Anything now? Okay, cool. Well, Alex, again, thanks for coming. Anything you wanna close out on, and then we'll get our last guest up here.
Yeah, I just want to say that the Latin American community is very strong, and we are willing to learn new stuff. And we're here, and we are continue to grow up. And maybe, I don't know, we are very excited about it. And yeah, viva Latinoamérica! Thanks.
Love to hear it, Alex. Thanks for coming. Again, we'll have all of Alex's stuff listed in the YouTube descriptions of the video as well as on our Twitter. And hopefully we can hear from him again. All right, we will get our last guest up here, which is Web3 Dopamine from the TxCity project. How are you today? I cannot hear you. There's a mute button. It says you're muted, yeah. It's next to, there's like an emoji, like the fire emoji buttons there. This might be a good time too, while he's figuring that out, to say if there's anybody in the crowd, or we're actually streaming on Twitter right now as well, on X. If anyone is interested in coming up after this last presenter here and doing a quick 5 minutes, feel free to raise your hand and we can get you up here. Looks like he's going to refresh his screen. So yeah, I guess I'll just stall for a bit. Highly considering, oh, he's back. Highly considering moving Lightning Talks to a bi-weekly occurrence instead of a monthly occurrence or a weekly occurrence, but let's see if he's back here. Yeah, see, Mint's highlighted the mute button. There's actually a different mute button as well that's like in the main screen down below. I can always do the manual unmute. What do you think, Rob? Should I hit him with the manual unmute, or is that risky? Just spam my mute button over and over and over again until it works. Or I leave and I join back, or you know. Really funny. Well, I guess I'll do some teasers for the next Lightning Talks. We already have 4 people booked for next Lightning Talks, definitely 3 at least, which it looks like. I mean, if we can get that kind of demand, we might as well just go back to either weekly or bi-weekly. But we have Natalie, the new VP of Marketing at LUKSO. She's been doing a lot of work over the last couple months on the website revamps and kind of like the overall strategy for the marketing team at LUKSO. She's coming on to do a presentation. Didn't want to come on this week because she wanted to put a little bit more effort into it. We also have Johannes, who was recently hired onto the LUKSO team to help with videos. I think he's working on the Universal Everything project. And then we also have M-Boy as well. He should be coming on to talk about it. I think he wants to talk about his hackathon, or not the hackathon, his grant application project around DAOs. Web3 dopamine. Are we back here now or not? What a bummer. One minute. I don't want to hit him with the manual unmute. It's feels kind of dangerous, so I guess we'll just let him rock. For those of you that spoke today as well, Antonio, Vega, Alex, we'll end up trimming up these videos too. So if you'd like just like the clip of your talk, we can definitely send that on over, and you'll feel free to post it wherever you'd like.
Hello.
Oh, yes,
Hello.
we can hear you.
Yeah, finally. Okay. Yeah. Hi. So yeah. Yeah. I'm from. Yeah. I'll introduce myself. So I'm from Malaysia, and yeah, I've been working in the Web3 space for a very, very long time. I would say since 2016. I have been with Morales, I have been with KPMG as blockchain SME. So yeah, and right now I plan to run my own product venture, you can say, which is TxCity, Transaction City. So what is Transaction City? It is a blockchain transaction visualizer. So you might already know what is Etherscan or a blockchain explorer, which is more towards ledgers showing transactions in a written format, in query format. So instead of that, we show it in a very fun and animated visually with characters and buses across the street. So we currently we are running 6 chains, so which have Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum, Monero, and LUKSO. Mempool transaction visualizer. And what we plan to do is currently it's only showing mempool transactions. So we would like to make it expand it to an entire explorer, so you can actually visualize historical transactions as well. And our another feature we'd like to add is using your universal profile. You can actually get characters uh, on the TxCity metaverse, and on that metaverse you can you can invest in dApps. So if you go to the TxCity website, there are also houses there. The houses are representing dApps, which are like decentralized applications on a particular blockchain. So in case of LUKSO, any dApp which are running on LUKSO can rent a house or or take a space on the LUKSO city, and from there, users coming with their universal profile get their character activated and invest in those tabs. Apart from that, yeah, we also like to visualize more towards bridge transactions. So the whole game is more making it easy to comprehend any user. Normally, like we see, if we ask a random person to create a wallet, it's almost impossible for him to even imagine creating the whole MetaMask wallet and the seed phrases and all those stuff. So instead of that, we just give them a character which is representing their wallet. That character can have a balance. It can have token, whatever, and they can even navigate across multi-chain. So from LUKSO, they might even go to other chains like Ethereum chain or perhaps Bitcoin chain. So eventually, we also plan to add a bridge. So the character is actually traveling from one city to another city. So like Luxor city to Ethereum city. So the whole game is about visualization, animation, and you can call it as kind of a metaverse with real time data. Uh, so it's just not like pure uh, metaverse only. It is dealing with real time data as well as allowing users to have interaction in that metaverse. So yeah, I mean that's the whole game plan right now, and hopefully like we are requesting some grants from LUKSO to like expand it from the current mempool to entire explorer. So that's the first step. Yeah, and then we'll be adding other, as I said, other chains, other L2s, bridges. So yeah, hopefully people like it and we get more users. So that's the whole plan.
Very cool. Let me stop this timer here. Um, Nice, that's very cool. I think this is obviously another use case, just like I was telling Vega earlier, of like an initial use case around Luxo, the idea that you can kind of personalize or make the user experience around things like a blockchain explorer that have traditionally been not user oriented. When you have them on LUKSO, you can make them very user friendly and make it a lot easier for these people to kind of gauge or experience what it's like to go cross chain, right, in a visual format like you guys are thinking about it. So really
Yes,
excited to see that. Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, great to see that you guys are looking into LUKSO. Good luck on the grant. I'm sure this is exactly
Thank you.
something the LUKSO team would be interested in granting towards,
Sure.
especially as you guys are looking at bridges.
Okay.
And yeah,
But,
thanks
but
for coming again today.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
By the way, I'm just new to this, very new to this community. So if you don't mind, introduce yourself and like something about the whole community thing.
Yeah, for sure. So my name is Sage. I'm a longtime contributor at KEEZ here, which is the project that hosts these lightning talks. We're a media company around the LUKSO blockchain, right? So we specifically create various written pieces of media, i.e. newsletters and blogs, as well as video content, being the wrap up and these lightning talks and our spaces and everything that goes on our YouTube. So we're specifically aimed at kind of exposing what is going on around LUKSO, and packaging it in a nice and easy to present way. We've been around for a while. Earlier today, you heard from Antonio, who is around a similar kind of effort of ours of producing content, but they angle in Spanish to the Spanish-speaking communities. And there's a kind of a lot of other communities that circulate around KEEZ that are just trying to push out the messaging of LUKSO as well. So it's the whole premise behind our mission here at KEEZ and these lightning talks in general here.
Okay, cool, cool. Thanks, man. Thanks for the intro.
Of course, yeah. It was great to meet you as well. And again, we'll try to do these either monthly, if not bi-weekly. So if you guys have anything else you'd like to share from Transaction City, you can always come back here and have these 5 minutes every month if you'd like. Um, yeah, no, it's good to hear from you guys.
Sure, sure.
Oh, nice. You dropped them down too. All right, cool. Well, if there are no other people in the crowd that would like to present, I'll go ahead and close it up here. Um, as of right now, we're going to go with still the first Tuesday of every month. So the next one will be the first Tuesday in July. This week, I'll do some more outreach. If we can push the number over like 5 or 6 that would be interested in doing a spaces in the middle of June, I'll create that event sometime this weekend, and we'll host one sometime in the middle of June as well. But as of right now, plan for first week in July. Um, we have, again, we'll upload this on our YouTube, and in the description we'll have links to all of these guys that just presented here, so you can consume their content, check out their art, view their beta pages. So make sure to explore that. We're also live on Twitter today, so a retweet on Twitter always helps. As for the rest of this week in KEEZ, we have a spaces tomorrow, community spaces for anyone around LUKSO to come up and take the stage as well. And we'll just kind of be talking about the ecosystem in general. So feel free to attend that. And new episode of New Standards coming out on Monday, our podcast from the guys Ethan Alts. It should be a good one. So make sure to go check out that. Thanks everyone for coming, and we will see you at our next thing.